Hi guys! So if you've noticed, my camera is a better quality now, which is like the greatest thing ever because my boyfriend bought me a new camera and it records in 1080p HD, so you should click on that down over wherever that is, here, somewhere over here, and you should click it and watch it in 1080p HD. So that way you can get the full effect. So today my eyebrows look real bad. So I'm gonna show you how I actually do my eyebrows from start to finish, like plucking and everything. Just bear with me because I'm still learning how to actually like do everything. Not eyebrow wise, but like camera wise. So if something's out of focus or it looks weird or it's just like kind of shitty, just try to bear with me because I'm still learning. So I hope everything as far as lighting and stuff goes is like okay, but I'll get the hang of it the more I make videos. So as you can see, my eyebrows are like real bad, so they need to be plucked pretty much, and I'm gonna show you how I actually fill them in as well. All you need to have is a spoolie brush, which is one of these babies. Just regular spoolie brush. I also like to use little scissors, so wee scissors, and of course you need tweezers. So yeah, that's all you need. That's all I use anyways. I mean, if you use something else, or if you know somebody that uses something else, then just like be my guest, do whatever you want. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is just brush them out, and I kind of like shape them the way that they're gonna be shaped. You can see right along here, like those aren't supposed to be here. Like that's not right. So we're going to pluck them. So what I do is I hold my eyebrow taut, which just means like, you know, holding it tight. And then you just go in at an angle and I start plucking. And that's all you do. So I'm going to pluck them and I'll be right back. The way that you measure your eyebrows, or like where they should be plucked at, is you take any kind of brush. I just have like my spoolie brush, the end of it, and you get the tip of your nose and you just go straight up. That's where your eyebrow should begin. Okay, then you go from the tip of your nose still and just go looking straight forward where your pupil is. This is where your arch should be. So like if it's not exactly that, it's okay. I mean, because everybody's eyebrows are different, but that's just like a rule of thumb type thing. And then you go from the tip of your nose still, everything bases on the tip of your nose, to the outside of your eye where your like this part like ends, and that's where your eyebrow should end. So everything is based on like the tip of your nose right here. Well, not the tip, because I guess that's the tip. The outside of your nose. Dang it, the outside of your nose. Now that I've finished plucking them both, as you can see, that's about as even as I can get them, you know, by myself. So I'm gonna show you how I fill them in. What I use to fill in my eyebrows is actually the e.l.f. eyebrow kit, which is only $3 if I'm not mistaken, and it's really good. I've tried a couple different eyebrow products that were just kind of like, they didn't match my color really well because my hair is kind of dark and my eyebrows aren't as dark, but here's what it looks like, the e.l.f. eyebrow kit. And I got the shade medium because they have a light, medium, and dark. Light's if you're blonde, medium is if you're, well, I guess like this color hair, and then dark is if you have like black hair. But yeah, so it looks like this on the inside. It has a mirror on the top, and there's an eyebrow wax and an eyebrow powder, and it also comes with this little brush, which has an angled brush on one end and then just like a kind of like, I don't know how, like it's not a fluffy brush, but it's some sort of eyebrow filling in tool. I don't know what kind of brush that you would call that, but yeah. So you can use either the powder, just the powder, just the gel, or both. And sometimes most of the time I use both, but recently I've been using just the powder, and I use the gel kind of on my ends, especially for this one because it's so sparse. But I'll show you how I fill them in like normally, which is with the gel and the powder. So all I do is, obviously I've hit pan on the gel, but I just like rub my brush kind of like up here and like all around, and then I'll dab it on the pan itself to sort of get rid of some of the excess. So I do that, and once my brush is like loaded up, it's not loaded up, but it's got a little bit of product on it, okay? So after that, all I do is just like small little strokes, and I just run it through my ends first. And I kind of make my ends like thicker than what they usually are, like naturally, I guess. And I do that with both of them because I just really like the way it looks, okay? Like that's all there is to it. I like the way it looks. And I do stuff because I like it. So yeah. And then I bring it all the way to the front here. So it kind of does that bit. And then underneath. And then I just pull it up. And run it through. Just with a little bit of product that's left after I do my tail. And like, this is super easy to clean up. See, like it stays once you set it with the powder, but until then it's really easy in case you mess up. Like, it's easy to clean up. That's all I do as far as like actually filling them in. And then I take this other part of the brush, which is this part, this fluffy part, and I dip it in the powder, and I just run it through. I also use the angled part and dip that in the powder, and it actually, like, sometimes I feel like it works a little bit better because that fluffy brush is sort of like, it's not very precise, so when you're doing it, it's kind of like all over the place a bit. So I just dip it in the powder and I go over everything, and that's pretty much, see, once it's set, and there we go. That's pretty much all there is to it. Like, do you see the difference? That's like, it's a huge difference. Of course this one's more sparse, but like, I obviously, you know, there's a difference. There's a huge difference, and I like the difference. Also, I kind of like to have my eyebrow hair shorter in the front right here. Get out of the way, regular hair. So I just brush them up, and I just take some little scissors and just cut whatever's up. And the same thing with this one. Just brush them up. And then whatever is like standing up, not my regular hair, I just snip, snip. See, and it kind of like gives it a different look too. And then if you want, you can distribute the color by like going through it I do it very, very lightly because I don't want anything to get really like messed up or whatevs. Okay, so that's how I fill in my eyebrows.